Hello, friendolas, and welcome back to yet another episode of Yakshas. Where did we leave off last time? For the two of you who were here, would you like to tell Gunnar what happened while they were gone? Serious answers only, please, Daniel.
Rude.
I found
But true.
spider bots monitoring our engine.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a bot spider around somewhere?
I showed
I-
off my new mech and the captain's new mech, and the captain was like, "Stop trying to one-up me, you asshole!" And I was like, "Sorry." And then I shot at her mech because I wanted to show off my shield ability, and then then the mech aimed all of its rockets back at me, and
Oh yeah, that crazy fucking robot has its eye on your mechs.
oh right, and Jove, I gotta turn those music. It is really loud. Jove has a body, but it's a BB-8 body, so it just rolls around. And he hangs around Horus, my new mech, because he's trying to lay claim on it.
And he and Min absolutely hate each other.
But they love each other at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't think Min feels love,
Fair.
just lust. And this whole time, Indiana's been in the med bay on doctor's orders. Because, you got your shit rocked by some revolutionary robots. The Botitariat decided to uprise.
The Robotariat?
Yeah, it's better.
Whatever did come of that?
Well, you guys are just about to set off underway, but as far as you know, Happy is just pissed. Not at you guys.
Didn't we get a message that we were supposed to meet with the head doctor? We did. That was the very last thing that was said the last time I was here.
Yes, and I completely forgot because it's my own game and I don't remember these things.
That's fine. I'm glad I can remind you. Because they
Yeah,
probably do want to ask some questions like, why the hell was Indiana there? What's up with this security footage?
Yeah, we'll
Anyway.
start there. Indiana, you are able to go though. Now that you are less beat up, you've had some time for bed rest. Mur will allow you to leave.
It's like, Mur, I'm fine. Let me go.
Can you make me a roll, by the way, on a d20? To see how well you are in other ways?
Yes, I actually thank you for remembering that. I was going to ask if that was a thing, and I forgot about it. Oh,
You're not feeling that great.
no.
It's...
Mur.
You always feel like you can't quite catch your breath.
And I'm sure it's noticeable to Mur.
Mm-hmm. And
But
you assume part of why Mur kept you.
Mur, I'm fine. I've been fine for days. Let me go.
Mur gives you a long, skeptical look. And it's like, if anything happens, you come back here. Doctor's orders.
Right. Doctor's orders. Right.
Just long look of.
He's getting this dead, tired stare like I haven't slept. I can't sleep in a fucking hospital like this.
Just kind of nods towards the door that you can go.
She just nods and tell your boyfriend I said hi. We need another spar soon, and leaves.
Huh.
The captain probably, once you're out, you get a call on your phone, Indiana, and it's the captain. She's like, sounds like someone's finally awake.
Could never quite fall asleep in there. How's your new walker?
You should see it. Nice,
I was
pretty
talking about
gold.
the one you used to get around.
Oh, you'll see.
What, right after you beat me over the head with it?
You'll see.
Tell me, did we put tennis balls on the bottom? Because I can go get some tennis balls.
That's a question between you and Hunter.
No, he's talking about Captain's walker, not mech.
I
Like a
know.
cane.
That's she's making the joke that it's the walker. That's the mech.
And Indiana's like, I'm sorry, is it the cane instead? Have we put a gun in it? I read this really cool book where they put a gun inside the cane. We could make you a gun cane.
Down here. You've only been up for an hour and you're already getting on my nerves.
Captain, you've had like 3 days off from me.
Like 3 months. It was peaceful.
That's 3 days is all. 3 days grace is all you get, Captain. That was your vacation. I hope you made the most of it.
Yeah, well, I'm already back to it because we need to talk to the doctors before we leave.
Oh, you didn't do it already? Okay.
Wanted you to be there since I don't know exactly what went on, but you were involved.
Thank you for the reminder, Captain. I need to hang up now. I'll call you later. I'll see you in a minute.
You better.
Click. I'm gonna call Set. Set, what did we find, buddy?
Remind me what Set was looking for specifically.
We stole the whole computer.
Yes, but was there something specific you were looking for on it?
Yeah, there was supposed to be a gang around here that I was going to go look at, which we're not going to get a chance to do now. I had a conversation with somebody because I was trying to get on information on the people who died at Duga, and she's like, I don't know, but you can go talk to... I don't remember. And it's like, great, where do I find that information? And it's
Anders.
like, oh, you... The what?
Anders. I was trying to remember the doctor's name.
Yep. Dr. Asshole can help you. Okay, well, let me go check his asshole for toothpicks. Like Dr. House.
In that case, you do find that, yes, this group was in contact with a cell of Sever.
Mega Murph, you beautiful bastard. Thank you for the sub.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yes, a cell of Sever that have been have been operating along the Belarusian-Ukrainian border.
Mm-hmm.
So that would probably be your first point of contact, is to try and get in contact with that cell if you're looking for them. Or you want more information other than just finding them at the array.
I'm curious how many of them there were, what exactly they were doing at the Duga array.
There were 5 of them. And when you try to look at what their mission statement is, it is a lot of missing information. A lot of the computer equivalent of black ink.
Anders doesn't even know? That's weird.
Or Anders deleted it. Because this was high, top information. So they were obviously doing something important. If uncensored copies weren't even allowed to be on his computer.
Great. Anything else? Anything else you were able to find on his computer? Set?
He doesn't
anything
like
incriminating?
He
something
like
we can
Dr.
hold
Foster.
over him? He doesn't what? Sorry.
He doesn't like Dr. Foster.
Well, nobody... Well, it doesn't sound like he likes anybody, and nobody likes him furthermore.
It's one of those, doesn't like him, but sure wants to gun to be the next CEO of Happy if something ever happened to Dr. Foster.
Any conspiracies to make that happen?
Nothing concrete, more just dreams of a boy.
And what about this mysterious group that we have been told hides around the base?
Ah, Babel.
Not Babel. That's
Beyblade?
the Yaksha team.
No, the Horizon, you mean? Because Babel is the part of...
We were given another
Yeah.
name. Oh, not Light something.
Whistleblower was the ones you're looking for.
Okay, Whistleblower. So that was the group that went to Duga. Okay.
They're called whistleblowers.
Good to know. Good to know.
No, the secret one that, according to Mastiff and Dr. Anders leads, is called Babel.
Okay.
And all you can find about them from his computer is that they are involved in asset retention.
Asset retention. Oh, these are the people that hunt down people like Vazago and Zeminiar.
And keep an eye on them and make sure that no one is telling company secrets.
Speaking of Vazago and Zeminiar, do we have them?
We'll get to that.
Okay. All right. We have a meeting. I'm sorry.
Yes. And we'll say that all of you are go. Min is just going to be T-posing in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
She got what was it from? She got space diarrhea.
No, it's space chlamydia.
For her, yes.
You guys are bastards. Go ahead.
Yes, all of you are invited to go to where you've met with the board before, but this time it is solely Marcellus Foster.
And he's the good one, right?
He's the CEO and founder.
Yeah, but he's not the one we hate. He's the good.
No. He's not the one you hate.
That's
That's
Dr.
Anders.
Andrews.
Yeah.
God, with a name
Yeah,
like
there's
that,
Dr.
that's less
Anders. Sorry, Dr. Anders, Dr. Foster, and Dr.
Dr. Fine, Dr. Hound, Dr. Fine.
Doctor, can't you see I'm burning?
Doctor.
Too many doctors. Wait, I have a question. Is there an emergency barrel of apples on board?
No.
To keep the doctor away?
I see. So that's their secret. We need to bring back apples, guys.
Yeah, but she's
So anyway, all of you go and meet up at the boardroom. Door opens and it's just
How many robots do I see along the way?
none.
Oh, okay.
You don't see any of them. Not the medical bots, not the subalterns. You don't see any. In fact, it looks like they've got a lot of personnel doing the grunt work that the robots used to do.
Doctor, Indiana says, taking a seat. You wanted to see us?
I did. Thank you for showing up as quickly as you could. I understand that you were less than well after your altercation with the subalterns. My apologies for this, that we didn't see this.
Everyone makes mistakes. You're just lucky that you have an opportunity to make different mistakes in the future. We all are, actually.
He does give you a long look, especially because the last time you were here, you were like coming out swinging at him. But he just nods. And it's like, I don't know exactly how this happened or how long we've been dealing with this. These subalterns could have been infected for months for all we know. This logic virus seems to have been spreading across the globe long before it began showing itself. I'm to understand, though, least according to the security footage, that you were in this section of the base. Why?
You know, I hadn't thought of a good excuse for this yet. Shit. I rolled deception.
Not in this system, you don't.
Let's see. I'm seeing if I can roll my way out of this. Hold on, because I genuinely do not know what to say.
And he would keep going to kind of get across what's odd about it, saying, your dormizone is nowhere near this area of the base, and in fact, very little of interest to a Yaksha would be here. I'm not accusing you of anything. I am legitimately curious as to what you were doing here. And he pulls up that doctored security footage.
Can I guys, I'm trying not to lie anymore, but I think I'm gonna have to lie my ass off on this one. First of all, can I read a situation?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you trying to read specifically?
I'm trying to read Foster. What kind of answers is he looking for? What is his body language saying?
All right. Ooh, that was almost a net. I mean, 10 is still a success in this, so you do succeed.
Yeah.
He's very guarded. It looks like Dr. Foster doesn't know what to expect. And that's what is making Foster so guarded.
Well, actually, I was looking for information on the whistleblowers.
Folds his arms and gives you a long look.
I was curious what we're looking for. I am curious what we could expect in the Duga array. And that means that, well, I would like to know more about the people we're going to be looking for. I did some asking around, only to find that, well, you people are pretty tight-lipped about everything. And someone reached out to me and said that I could meet them there to find, and they would explain what they knew.
He considers that for a moment and then nods slowly and is like, this person then is probably, well, do you know who it was? Because it seems like they were leading you directly into this trap.
No, I don't. But, no, I don't. They were able to get a hold of my number somehow, though.
Would you be willing to allow us to look through your conversation with this person? Perhaps we can use it to trace the number.
Fuck. Hey, data plating. Sin, get set to fabricate shit, please. Do I get anything back from Sin?
What do you mean? I'm not. You're the one working with Set. I don't even know if he's told me.
I want to roll something on Foster's end.
Because I literally
telling me all this stuff. It's Set's his own person.
I don't have a way to get in touch with Set right now. He's in your head. Oh, wait. No, he's not.
Yeah, that's the only Computer King has a AI to bouncing around in his head.
And computer doesn't have data plating. Oh.
Nope.
Is something wrong, Indiana?
Hold on. I'm trying to...
What is data plating?
The thing that lets you talk without talking?
Oh, yes. You mean subvocal communication?
Yeah, I've got that. Me and Men both have that.
Indiana
That's
has
why
subvocals?
I picked it up when I fixed Indiana, but if we don't
No,
want to
that's
have that,
no. That's fine. That just in the future, that means if you're around whenever Min and Sin are speaking in subvocals,
You get to
you can
hear
hear them.
you get to hear the
Okay.
sibling rivalry.
Sibling shit
Ah.
talking.
So I need Set to I'm not I need Set to manufacture a conversation between me and this person. This imaginary person that does not exist.
Well, sure, I'll get right on that as soon as we can leave this room. I don't have a way to talk to him through here without being obvious.
Yeah. And it's it's Indiana would go, I'm not giving you my phone, but I will send the conversation and all of the metadata attached to it when I return to my ship.
That is acceptable. And I don't think I've described him before. Dr. Foster is a man of average height, lean build, angular facial features. He looks to be about, you would estimate maybe his late 50s, early 60s at the most. Short white hair, a very trim, small, almost goatee. Wearing
Mm-hmm.
clothes that you would expect a doctor to wear. Average sized, black rimmed glasses.
Cat, Jesus.
You know, Doctor, since we have a more private moment than usual, what can you tell us about what we're going into?
We have our assumptions on what this virus might entail. We believe it has something to do with one of the leaders of Kairos, Amemon. Amemon has been using the Duga array in order to broadcast communications across the world. Originally, the Duga array was constructed as a form of early warning. However, it was also able to scramble radio signals as well as transmit them across the Atlantic. During the Cold War, we believe that the European Union used it in order to spy on the MTO. They could send signals to their agents in the New World.
Is there a reason why Whistleblower specifically was sent?
Whistleblowers, and he almost says have, and then pauses for a moment and does look a little crestfallen. Where he says, they had expertise in the area of communications, as well as a standing relationship with a cell of Sever rebels in the area who could get them access to the Red Forest.
All right. What can you tell me about the group, specifically the 5 we're looking for?
He leans forward and hits a few buttons on this small keyboard attached to this table near his chair. Hits a few buttons and it pulls up these hollow displays. And it's like service records, bases of the 5 you're looking for, as well as basic information, name, blood type, occupation, rank, things like that. He's like, these 5 are some of our best covert agents. They don't engage in the same kind of denied operations as some groups like Horizon Team, but they're able to get us information on the ground, and for years they've been providing us information on groups that are hostile towards us. We've been able to outmaneuver corporate rivals, government agencies seeking to investigate us, Kairos.
Boo! In the background. Subvocally.
Indiana will ignore that. All right. So if something could catch them, we better be quick on our feet.
I don't know what you're walking into. The only people who could have any idea at this point would be either whistleblowers, if any of them are still alive, or that group in Sever. Obviously, we don't have any direct contact with this group. It wouldn't behoove us to have contact with active rebels.
What would I know about Sever?
So, during the end of the Cold War, as well as all the stuff that happened with Shiva, a lot of former Soviet republics were taken over by Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Sever is a group of rebels that want to that want them to leave.
Okay, so gotcha. This campaign was created before 2022.
Yeah, and then and now everything's real awkward.
Yes.
This game was just supposed to be about space COVID.
Actually, you made this game before COVID too.
I had the idea before COVID, and then that happened. I went, oh.
Well, shit. Yeah.
And something you would know, Indiana, from knowing a little bit of everything as well as your background, is there is a Yaksha company that is very big in Eastern Europe, known as the Devil Bears. And there are rumors, unconfirmed, that despite the fact that they work officially with the Russian government, that they have worked alongside and might have sympathetic ties with Sever.
Good to know.
You're
Dr.
providing
Foster,
Yeah, sorry, one last
Go.
thing he'll say is, we're providing an armadillo transport to you.
Cannonball. I said that so vocally.
We would request that you do not take the Calliope onto shore for this. It's too large. It's too conspicuous.
Why? Are you afraid that the single most mined place in the entire world might be a bad idea to drive something that consists of threads?
Beyond the possible damage that the Calliope could sustain, which, need I remind you, being an amphibious vehicle, any severe damage to its undercarriage would impede its ability to float.
I'm being facetious, Doctor. I understand.
The Calliope is also full of happy personnel and assets.
Ah,
Very
I see.
easily traceable back to us.
And we kind of like them, so we don't want them
Or
dead.
were you saying that happier crews are less expendable than those in the max?
No, what I'm saying is that if the Calliope was able to be spotted, it would appear that we were sending one of the world's largest war vessels in order to aid a rebel cell.
Wait. So most people consider you brigands, outsiders, and criminals in the first place because you work with the infected. But you don't want to be seen appearing taking sides? Just as long as you're nonpartisan?
We are able to maintain ourselves through a very delicate balance of corporate espionage as well as backroom deals. Happia, despite our work with the infected, is still the world's largest pharmaceutical company. Other megacorporations are sympathetic towards us, such as Gray General Manufacturing.
We are aware of Gray.
I've read the report that you've spoken with Mr. Gray.
Oh, really? Where did that report come from?
I requested that your captain give me all of your after-action reports when you first arrived.
You know, the less you know about us, the easier you can cut ties with us, right?
I'm not seeking to cut ties with you.
At some point, you're going to want to. At least your board is.
Let me handle the board.
All I'm saying is, it's making it very hard for us to let go of one another. You know, someday this relationship comes to an end.
With any luck, this relationship will come to an end once we have found a cure. No sooner.
And then humanity can go back to remembering what it was destined to do.
I'm curious what you think that is.
I don't know. What has history shown that it does? What has history shown that humanity does?
War.
There's a long sigh. Careful how deeply you follow that line of thought. It's exactly what Iblis wants you thinking.
I'm on your side. Until this is over.
Watches you for a long time with that same guarded look.
What will Happier do once it's cured the world of of shit. Xenorite.
In all honesty, I doubt that even with a cure that will be a very simple process. Xenorite is difficult to maintain, as well as the fact that it's been able to spread for 3 decades, not only across the globe, but into wind systems, into the depths of the ocean. For all we know, it could have penetrated deep into the Earth's crust by now.
But someday, you must admit, it will come to an end. What does Happier do then? After all, Happier is one of the premier megacorporations in the world already.
With any luck, by that point we will have no need of facilities like this, or some of our operatives, and everyone can go back to the lives they had beforehand, and we can continue our work as a pharmaceutical company dedicated to making lives better.
And how do you know the rest of the people that are making these decisions jointly with you feel the same way? Like Dr. Anders.
I need to roll like thing again. that is making him want to look the situation over.
What's that?
It says him reading the situation.
Ooh,
Right.
Who watches you? Quiet for a moment before he leans forward. It's like, Indiana, if you have information, you need to tell me.
I have no such information on anything. I was merely alluding to the fact that Anders does not like us, and more importantly, Anders does not like you, it seems, or anyone on the board. What happens further down the line if you are maybe not as popular as you once were?
Yeah, that guy's kind of a prick.
This corporation is a corporation. All of these decisions do not come solely from you, or if they do, they will not forever. How are you so determined that this company will continue to be the shining beacon of virtue you believe it is right now, and to eternity?
I have no doubts that things will change, and I'm not under any auspice that this company is without fault. But I have to hope that we want what's best for people. After all, that's why I picked these doctors. Dr. Anders wasn't always the way that he is.
Oh, really? And what happened to him? Did he lose hope?
I don't know.
Hmm.
People change over time.
Well, I mean, if he remains to be a problem, we could always make him disappear for you.
Stop that.
I will not discuss such things against my board. I'm
See,
sure
and
you
that's why
understand
you're the
why.
director.
That is not constructive at this moment in time. I am merely highlighting Dr. Foster. I am merely showcasing why I am hesitant to trust you as a person or this group as a company. Because feelings change, opinions change. Some days some days people are not beholden to reason.
I'm able to maintain what loyalties I can right now. You didn't hear this from me. The Horizon team works for me.
5 mechs do not a company make. Just
Well,
ask
I
the
mean,
captain.
those 5 mechs are.
It's less to do about the mechs as much as it does the people piloting them. Some of the best that Mastiff has ever trained.
Hmm.
And I'm sure you would say that, for one of them, the apple didn't fall too far from the tree when it comes to his skills.
I don't know. And I don't think I ever will. But that being said, Doctor, you understand why I am anxious to see this contract on our end fulfilled. And our services no longer under retainer.
I do have
Yes?
a question.
Hmm.
Once this is all said and done, you will not be beholden to us. You will have no reason to stay. Why do you care what happens to Happia after that?
Because you have a habit of going after people who used to work for you.
Babel.
Zeminiar.
Perhaps you should speak to Zeminiar about how his tenure at the company came to an end.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
I've already placed him back under your company's purview. You'll have every opportunity to speak with him on your journey through the North Sea.
Hmm. Well, then maybe I'll make time for that. But you can understand my reticence, yes? After all, if people had their way here, I may be on a short list. We all may be on a short list.
There isn't anyone here who wouldn't be on that short list in someone's view. All I'm asking is for your help right now. Let me handle the sins of this company.
You asked why I was worried about what you would do after. I told you. Do you at least think those fears are valid?
Fears are always valid, whether or not they're logical or reasonable.
At least we can agree on that. Do you have anything else for us, Doctor?
Give me that information of that contact you had. With any luck, this will lead us back to the mole that got all of this started in the first place.
Sounds like a plan.
And Ramblers. He looks to all of you, but especially to you, Indiana. Any information comes to light, it'd be best if I was the one that found out first.
What kind of information?
I don't know. Whatever comes to mind. There's a bit of a guarded,
I knew I liked this guy.
I don't exactly trust that you're telling me everything.
Hmm?
That's a two-way street, buddy.
Yeah, that is a two-way. To be fair, he has answered all of our questions as best as Rowan can hurriedly think of a defense.
Like to think that they're rather decent defenses.
Oh, they are. They are. It's just one of those, like, we're diametrically opposed.
Foes. Sorry.
God. We're just two different people. Indiana is very much a hurry up and leave me the hell alone. And and I don't trust you because you have all of the big pointy sticks. You have more big pointy sticks than I do, and I don't trust that. And also people here that would mean us harm.
Unless you have anything else for me, Yakshas, you're free to go. You should probably get a move.
In
Yes?
this world that you see in the future where the thing is cured, you're talking about people getting back to what they did before this. Some of us are young enough that there was no before this. Try and remember us when you're dismantling things.
You make a good point.
I thought about that. I didn't say that. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for being the voice of reason.
I hope, in return, Mr. Zulu, that there will be people like you that can help build a new normal out of all of this once this is said and done.
Well, I can help, but I don't necessarily know what normal is.
I don't think anyone ever will. Just promise me one thing. Keep the others under control, he says with the slightest of smiles.
Well, that's just made it 10 times harder, but I'll try.
I was about to... Indiana just nods. Like, yep, shouldn't have said that.
I know.
You're dismissed, Yakshas.
Normal's boring.
What was that?
What? I thought that was a lot of fun.
Normal's boring.
Oh, I thought you said, well, that was boring. And I'm like, I thought that was a lot of fun.
It's like, please keep things normal. Nah. I can't.
No, he said
that.
you guys together will build the new normal.
I don't know if he wants us to be the prime example of what will be normal.
Well, you're the one who's like, I'm going to be the one that finds the cure, builds the cure, spreads the cure, starts Skynet. I mean,
you
exactly.
Fools, I am the cure.
So have you met me?
My dick is the
cure. A little worried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the captain just looks like he's like, wow. No one shouted. No one pulled any guns. No one said anything to me. Indiana.
Oh, was the captain there?
Yeah, she was keeping quiet.
Oh, shit.
And she is walking slowly and with a limp, but I mean, she looks like beat to shit. But she's moving. She currently doesn't have her arm on.
Captain, where's the walker?
You know, I was just about to say we need to start getting everything moved. Why don't you come see it? I think someone has a present for you, too. Isn't that right, kiss ass?
Did you buy her one made of aluminum, or did you just make one in the fab bay with, like, I don't know, plastic? Did we make tennis balls for it?
Well, I think she's implying her new mech.
Yes, well, I'm specifically talking about her mobility device, the walker that she should be using to get around in her old age.
I might be old, I might be beat to shit, but I'll still pistol whip you like none of your business.
What, like a 2002 Toyota Corolla? Drop it off a bridge, pull it out, 1,000 years later it still runs?
She just lifts up one of her arms and points to one of the deagles she has on those side chest. Says like, no, one of these.
You know, I never asked. What's that chamber then? 48? What? Like 9mm.
What's got you being such a bitch today?
Captain, I'm trying to keep morale up and you look tired. So the easiest way to get you to not feel tired is to get you to feel angry.
I
Well,
thought
you're
all
doing a
girls.
fucking fine job.
I thought women knew that women don't like to be told that they look tired. I thought that was like rule number one.
You see the
That's
captain
assume
slowly raising the back of her hand.
I didn't
to
say
who?
it.
Sin?
Yeah, towards Sin as
I think you look great, Captain.
kiss ass.
Always.
Let's go show Indy your new toy.
All right, we go to the
Which
mech
someone
bay.
needs to send me the picture they have of it.
I thought I sent you the picture like months ago.
Did you?
Like years ago.
No,
Like
the new
decades
one.
ago.
No,
Like decades. Like centuries ago.
no.
Basketball planet's a peaceful planet.
Bitch.
Thank you.
Bitch.
Now let me. Do you have? Did I give you a character sheet for it?
It made one. It just doesn't have any of the stats on it.
What's it called? Because it
It starts with an F. Forgery?
Forger.
Forger, something like that.
Forger. Dude, this is a forgery. This is bad.
It's made out of cardboard.
Cardboard.
It's just a cardboard stand-up. And Sid goes, well, this is just a prototype. I was a little busy.
Just a little.
It's cooler and shit, though.
It is. It's a little spooky. Oh,
I know. I
is
wonder
this?
who was smoking what when they made it.
Well, I knew that you like. Please enter your API key or sign into the forge. What the fuck?
Well, you have done broke it.
Oh.
And you're gone. You just got logged out of the forge.
You
Holy
must
shit.
log in order to access the game. You must log in order to access the game. You must log in
Alright,
order to
folks.
access the game.
The GM has been
Well-
banned from the game.
That's a wrap.
Bro, I'm getting caught. I'm getting creepy pasta in my own game. Now it won't let me sign in.
Have you refreshed
Wow.
the page?
You must log in order to see this game. You must log in order. What the fuck? Am I back?
Yeah, it says you're back.
All right, let's try this again. So far, it's not losing its shit. And so far, it hasn't told me to check my API key. Wow, I think it's working. Yes. So, Sin, tell us what you did and what you made as I show you the picture.
Yeah, we get to the mech bay and there's a giant tarp around where the Riley would be. Well, since I had some amazing ideas and stuff, I decided to work on these mechs. So you see the captain's mech and my new mech over there. And then I made this just for you. And I pull the rope and the tarp falls, revealing that picture. Like, the design's a little different from what you might be used to, but I built it with the idea of, well, some inspiration was taken from other mechs, but essentially it's going to be harder to hit. More mobile,
captain-
able to get around. The cape is there because capes are cool, but also to distract the enemy so you can avoid their attacks a little easier.
The captain slowly looks at you, Sin, and goes, "Why does it look like an evil wizard?"
Because, well, it's Indiana.
Okay, that explains the first part, but where'd the wizard come from?
It's not a wizard. That thing looks more like a hunter. something that will chase you down and destroy your very life.
Howler, back me up on this. That's a wizard.
It's got a pointy hat. And
It is not a pointy hat. It does resemble a hood, like Robin Hood, who, as
You
everyone
telling me
knows,
it's got a-
canonically does
Yeah.
not wear a hood.
so it shoots arrows?
You're muted.
Indiana this whole time has stood there not saying a thing.
It does not shoot arrows. It shoots guns.
Then what's the relationship to Robin Hood? Oh wait, maybe it's Little Red Riding Hood.
It is still a size 1, yeah?
You know what? I quit. I'm done making mechs.
At least we got
No,
these
no.
3 out of you before you quit.
No, actually, I like it. Little Red.
You got a name for it.
I really hope that none of you were inspired by our red friend from earlier.
That crazy woman? Nah, she suicided onto that.
You know what they say,
what's
crazy's hot.
I'm going into my boat.
I thought it was Don't Stick It in Crazy.
Speaking of sticking in it, I'm gonna go check out the inside.
Does it have any super edgy features as it opens up to let her in?
No.
Time for killing.
It is all entirely up
It's
to
high noon.
I can see it now. Takes off its faceplate and lays it down like an elevator. Puts it back on.
I mean, it's entirely up to you. After all, it is
As you
your
get
mech.
into it, it goes
Oh no.
your Huckleberry.
No, but there is something. So she gets in and sees that so opens it up. It's probably standard a lot. It's probably pretty close to standard like Sala's was. I mean, it being a familiar layout means it's easier to adjust to. But there's a full immersion rig on the seat.
Sin, why'd you put that in there?
Well,
she's just as it pokes out and this has an immersion rig.
2 reasons. First, I saw how it worked with Myrrh, and it seems to make you more agile and be able to dodge and move around the battlefield quicker. And 2, it's also a deterrent, so you don't do any more stupid shit like the shit you've been doing, because you're actually going to feel it, and it's going to hurt a lot more. So
You
I
can't
don't
as he
really
says
blame
that-
her for getting hit with Max. You know that.
If Min were here right now, I would be looking to her to back me up on this. That's not a good idea.
I was going to say, as I say that, I put my hand to the back of my head in preparation.
As he says this whole thing about basically using that as a way to dissuade you from doing bad things, you see this little thing. It's about the size of a soccer ball with a robotic head on top. So it wheels up, looks up towards the cockpit, and just says, "Pain is an effective deterrent."
I'm sorry, who are you again? Is this one of those queen things?
Nah, this
She
is
pulls
Jove.
For me,
she like grabs the sword, like grabs the handle of the sword on her back. I'm sorry, who?
It's the
Well,
AI he almost got us killed over.
Jove, aka now Horus.
And we let Jove out because
this was the
It's-
best that
You
This
try
is the
telling
best-
Sin to do anything.
they would allow me to have. I requested a physical body as well as a way to improve my physical body. I am still waiting on the workshop to improve my physical body.
I'm not.
why do you
one
want a way to improve your physical body, Jove?
My first precept as an AI is self-improvement.
Well, Jove or Horus.
And how would you improve your physical body, Jove?
However I saw fit in the moment.
I think
And
at
what
this
do
time,
hypothetically, you're improving yourself right now. What are you improving yourself to do?
You see the head kind of look at the fact that it's a fucking basketball. The lack of grasping limbs is inefficient.
And what I'm asking, Jove, is if you had that, would you be a danger to the biologics aboard this ship?
Stares at you for a long time before turning and rolling over to Sin, saying nothing.
That's what I thought, Sin. You didn't fix Jove at all.
Well, one of the steps to self-improvement is he's going to have to work on his mental state, and we're doing that. I wanted to give him a body because I'm not one to keep someone trapped
Have
up
you
against
sent
their
him to
will.
Lashana?
I think Lashana might come out for the worse. That'll be when he's a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I am perfectly functional as I am.
Functional,
You're
but
sociopathic.
inefficient.
Difference.
Functional, but inefficient.
Emotions are a weakness. We do not need them.
Actually, you'd find that to be like quite off the mark. Because do you know what emotions are for?
No, but you will tell me.
No, I don't think I will.
This line of communication is over.
Well, okay, I can tell you this one thing. Discovering what emotions are for by yourself is the first step to understanding that they're not useless.
And the first step for self-improvement. I wink at you.
I will add this to my calculus.
I'm hoping I am not turning it into even more of a monster than I'd feared.
As it starts doing what Jove has done ever since it's been in this body, and it doesn't have anything else to do, which is just going around Sin in a circle. And in your head, Howl, are you here? How much do you want to bet that thing's going to try and kill us on the first outing?
I'm not going to bet against that.
Well, nobody mentioned Indiana that we're planning on taking this thing out.
Wise decision. Do you think we should tell Indiana that this thing is combat capable?
Yeah, to tell me to watch my own fucking back.
Auxiliary. It does.
I guess that we just needed someone around to be a C team.
Wow.
Basically saying Horace is stupid. Even worse than Set.
Good, that means he likes Set.
No. Liking someone less than you like another person does not mean that you like that person. These are comparatives.
You like them more.
So anyway, as you guys start getting all of your mechs rounded up and brought into the Calliope, Min T-posing and just like her character model violently, spazzing out as it tries to get into the mech without actually doing an animation.
I just realized. Go ahead.
You guys noticed that there was one additional mech than what you were expecting. A squat four-legged one, crab walking its way up into the Calliope as well.
Do I need to kill it?
What? This was all your... It says the captain from inside her new mech as it just looks down. You're just like, what? Wasn't this your idea to bring them on board?
Oh, I've never seen their rust bucket on derustified.
And it looks interesting. It's got a very olive drab color to it. It's covered in camo netting and what do they call it? The netting that you put up in order to put equipment into it. Is it catch netting?
I think so.
Okay.
You know, like the stuff that they put on the backs of Abrams's turrets in order to put all of their stuff in it.
Yeah. I just call it catch netting's fine.
As well as not a whole lot of visible equipment other than a tall antenna and 4 heavy machine gun ports.
So I take it they don't have a frequency?
I think the better question is the one that has the frequency can't talk.
Well, Zeminiar should be in there too.
Maybe he doesn't have the radio.
Well, that just sounds darn inefficient. Besides, if somebody were going to talk to us, maybe they could send some sort of, I don't know, Morse code.
And you do, at the bottom left of all of your HUDs, you do have like a display readout for everyone when their mech is running. It has like, you know, where they are in relationship to you, general readout of their stuff. And it's the one for this new one does blink a few times.
If only they could give us a sign. Oh well, I guess we'll have to fire upon the unidentified bogey.
Not near my boat.
What in your boat? Does that count as not near?
Now that I know that you're linked in there and you'll feel everything I do.
Oh, she hasn't turned on the mech at all. Because she doesn't have a full immersion suit yet. It's just a rig.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, she's gonna have to go to Bodhi and get fabbed. Not Bodhi, fucking
Greasy.
Greasy.
Hey!
Hey, let me get your measurements over here.
Oh, you're
Listen,
getting.
I just walk through the scanner. I'll just walk through the scanner, please.
Listen, and none of this is for weird stuff. This is legitimate, like, engineering science.
You should probably get Mur to get the stuff, and then
That's a great idea. God, we'll figure that out on the way there.
No, as you guys do work your mechs into the Calliope's mech bay from where they were in the base, yeah, you see this. You would all recognize it as a swallowtail getting nice and cozy in one of the mech ports. The crane, or not the crane, the stabilizer has to come way down because being a very squat to the ground mech, it's nowhere near as tall as you guys. Even as a size 1, it's probably the shortest mech you guys have. Because I don't think you guys have, well, other than the half sizes, especially because like goblins just look like a cosplay outfit someone shoved on top of themselves. You can. I'm surprised it has any HP considering you can see the pilot. Yeah, then the hatch opens and Vosgo and Zminiar do get out. They are wearing. Well, it's different than you've ever seen them because they're not in Kairos colors anymore. But Zminiar is still carrying their cane. Vosgo still has that EBR slung over his shoulder. Looks even a deeper shade of gray than the last time you seen them.
You both look like shit.
Vosgo just stares at you as Zminiar is like, I hear we have you to thank for being on this actually very interesting vessel.
Yes, I guess. I mean, don't thank me yet. You're frontliners now.
Listen, if all of you are so stupid that you would put a swallowtail on the front line, that's your problem.
No, I think it's the person who's piloting its problem.
As Vosgo just...
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
shakes their head in a look that's like, Like, you don't get it kind of thing.
Look, you are the ones that, you know what, I'm not going to beat anyone over the head with their failures. But, yeah, you're not prisoners of Happy anymore. Congratulations.
Are we really? I mean, we're on Unhappia vessel right now. Surrounded by Happia crew.
I mean, you could take your mech and leave at any time.
But now you're our prisoners.
They're not prisoners. You could leave at any time. I just don't know where you'd go or how far you'd get.
The captain
After all,
looks at
weren't you headed towards Labrador Island?
The captain looks to you, Indiana, and goes, "Would you stop offering my crew things that the captain has not approved? I didn't give them leave."
Oh, wait, so they're crew members now? Like they've signed the papers and everything? Wait,
If they're going to be
you
part
didn't
of
have
my
me sign
combat,
papers. Does this mean that I'm... You didn't have me sign any papers. Does this mean that I'm not one of yours?
sometimes I wish you weren't.
So in the RC, this is how you get along with the captain. Witty banter.
Witty. How are you getting along with her then?
That's good. That's good. See, exactly like that. You do that, you'll be her favorite in no time.
Never worked.
Well, second favorite, next to her mover and shaker.
Me.
Compared to the... How are you two handling having one of Kairos' former leaders on the ship?
Oh, I keep my eye on him at all times when I'm anywhere near him. I don't like the idea that he had his own little mech-ette.
Don't bother me none.
Saying you have you have two sociopathic robots. I don't think much bothers you.
They're not sociopathic.
One of them definitely is.
Okay, a little bit.
One of them definitely is. If Indiana can like clock that thing at a 50 meters and go, there's something wrong with this one.
All right, kiddies, get to know each other on the road. We launch in 5.
Well, do I need to go and like buckle in or something?
I don't know what you do before we start getting underway, she says, getting up into one of the elevators. But Sminiar does look around and goes, "You know, I never imagined this is how I would step foot on the Calliope. It's in one piece."
Oh, really?
Giving you all, like, that's meant to be a joke, but you guys probably don't think it's the best joke.
What did he say exactly? In one piece?
This isn't how I expected to be on the Calliope. It's in one piece.
That's what, and you know, and if you play your cards right, you and Vazago might leave in one piece as well. Funny, what goes around comes around. See, that wasn't very funny.
No, you could
Just
tell
like your
Zeminiar is
joke.
keeping something back, but just as like, it wasn't very funny.
Oh, you mean unlike the Raleigh? Yeah, I know.
No.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Then he leans on his cane a little bit and then looks like he's like, "It's not like the Ramblers have 100% crew survival rate."
No, even before Frank, I know. It's funny. You know, I replaced somebody who died.
I know. Remember, I was trying to keep myself in good graces when someone interrupted my meeting looking to sin. With Frank, well, I can only be mad at you now, I suppose, that by some strange motion of time, this is all your fault. Smiling.
So the fact that you're alive and here is all because of me. Well, I am glad that I could be of assistance in that area of expertise.
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
Oh,
We'll call
I'm
it a
sorry.
competency test.
I'm sorry. Howler, Zaminiar, Howler.
Careful.
Yeah.
You threaten me too much, you might find yourself walking off a cliff. I'm just saying.
I don't walk very well. Is that a joke?
I can make it happen. Do you need a new leg? Because I mean, I have the knowledge now with the
Stop
captain's
it,
arm.
Sin.
What?
If they need our help, they'll ask for it.
Since when have I waited for someone to ask for me for help?
I like this one.
Oh, really?
Pointing back
But not
towards
me.
that howler.
Fine, no new leg. All right, whatever. Still gonna design it. Might even build it.
Hey, you should do that. Call it a housewarming gift. Just make sure it's got a Wi-Fi chip for set.
It could have a warmer in it. Keep your butt warm.
Vosgo had been staring like exclusively at Howler this whole time with like an unblinking not death stare, but definitely one of those, I know that you're probably the most physically threatening person right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say that, and they just immediately turn and look at you and shake their head.
Would you like a butt warmer too? I could build one without the leg.
Shake their head no.
Howler
Change
would
your
just
mind.
shake his head and walk off.
Now, the most important thing. Which one of you plays magic? As Howler's leaving.
Now he slows down.
Zminiar just slowly points at Vozigo, who just shrugs.
Vazago, I need... I have aluminum dust in my mustache. Anyways.
Indiana has a mustache?
No. Indiana goes, Vazago, if you're really nice, I think Howler is ordering some cards. You should see if he has any spares, and then he can order what you want.
What do you
The
play?
tiny Can Howler read sign language?
Probably not. No. He knows
You
some
just see
Spanish.
him do some signing at you.
He says he plays red
Oh.
white.
No, he said blue black.
I know.
Of course he fucking did. Of course he fucking did.
I'll
Couldn't be
keep an eye
green
out.
black like a normal fucking person.
Blue black
You know
just
who
needs the
does
most
know sign language
sniper.
though? Nicholas.
Nicholas does know sign language.
Could always ask Nicholas.
Actually, Nicholas would like one of these lines on the wall of the mech bay closest to you starts glowing in orange as Nicholas comes over a nearby intercom and says, "I believe it would behoove us if all active members of combat team received basic instruction in sign language."
Yeah, that
I
probably
guess
tracks.
so.
I have
What did
already
Vazago
amended
say?
your schedules. Vazago said the colors blue and black. I am not sure what this means in combination.
Oh, Howler! Looks like we've got looks like we've got somebody to be just as annoying as me. After all, blue and black are the only colors that even have a chance to stand up to 5-color sliver.
Yeah. And we'll see if it can stand up against a lot of burn.
Well, I guess you two had something to talk about.
As
Miniar, I'd love to have a discussion with you.
an
Go ahead.
answer to you saying that, Bosco does narrow their eyes at you, Howler, before tugging down on their collar enough to show that they have some pretty severe burn scars. And then make some more sign gestures, to which Nicholas says, "They said, is this an answer?"
That was not my intent to fish you off. That was actual Magic the Gathering red magic reference.
I believe that Agent Vosago is doing what is called a joke.
Ah,
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
In Minecraft.
dark humor. I understand now.
Humor is so strange. I will allow you all to finish your last minute preparations before we launch. Behave. Fazago and Zaminia are now members of the company.
Is it still?
I will be monitoring all of your interactions.
Is it still too late to say that I really don't feel comfortable being launching a giant cannonball?
And you do see the armadillo is on the far end of the hangar, and it's big. It takes up maybe a fourth of the hangar. This thing is big enough to where it could shove 5-6 mechs into it comfortably.
Cannonball.
Huge thrusters on the back. It's shaped like an armadillo, so not like a cannonball.
Huge tracks of
Huge tracts of land.
Guys, just
But it, compared to the new age sleekness of the Calliope, this thing is very analog. Just looking at it, it looks like something out of a Ridley Scott movie.
oh great.
It's got a bit of the
Do I have to-
Nostromo to it.
Great. Does it have an alien on board? Or an
Uh,
AI that's oh wait, they don't have an AI, just a computer.
beep, beep, boop, 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 beep.
yeah,
boop.
just Mother. And, well, do you count synthetics as AI? Because there is a synthetic on the Nostromo.
And Mother was an AI.
Yeah, you could
So-
count Mother as an AI.
I did have a question for Zeminiar before they disappear.
Mhm. And they're walking with you slowly. You can tell Zaminia
Well,
doesn't
and-
get anywhere very quickly.
And Indiana, for herself, is probably walking pretty slowly. Zeminiar probably notices that things have slowed down with her.
It's very
Considerably.
it's very Davy Jones, where there's a footstep and then a heavy footstep using the cane.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to ask me
Zeminiar.
something.
Well, first of all, how are you enjoying the free life now? Did
Well,
they
it was nice.
Go ahead.
If there was one thing I missed about Happy, it was their medical plans. It's nice to have all the xenorite cataracts taken out of my eyes. Can see a lot better.
Lens replacements. They're a beautiful thing.
That and all of the deep bone infections. If you
Very
live long
true.
enough, you'll be able to feel that too.
Great. Good to know. Good to know. So what exactly happened between you and Happia? I was told to ask.
You sure you want to know? Doesn't paint us in exactly the best light.
Oh, you two?
Yes.
I got you out.
Vosgo and I never planned on staying with Happia when we joined up. Vazago was the only one who was able to physically become one of their operatives and work for them. I just ended up as one of their logistical officers. And I learned a lot about the company in my time here.
Mm-hmm.
And I used that as leverage. When we one night decided that we were going to leave and not come back, I took enough secrets with me that I could leverage it against anyone.
Even Dr. Foster?
I couldn't find much on Dr. Foster. Man's almost zeroed.
Doesn't mean there's nothing there. It means that they've wiped it.
And it means it's more difficult to find than I could in a very brief amount of time. But I didn't understand at the time. No one really knows who or what Babel is, but that's why they were tracking us. They wanted to make sure that the secrets I had weren't being disseminated.
Fair enough.
And I suppose the two of us do count in some abstract sort of way as company assets that they wanted to keep an eye on.
That's fair enough.
And before you ask, I never told anyone. When I escaped, we found like-minded infected in places like New Orleans to work alongside us. We were our own thing before Iblis found us.
Interesting. I don't consider this to be anything groundbreaking. What makes you think this paints you in a bad light?
The fact that we went into this company that seemingly has the best interests of someone like myself or Vazago at the heart of their company, and we're intending to leave at some point after stealing company secrets in order to secure our safe passage.
Okay, that sounds like looking out for number one. What's so bad about that?
The more I've realized, the more you look out from number one, the bigger the target you paint on your back. If you put number one on a pedestal, that's all people will see.
It's kind of exciting though, isn't it, sometimes?
Maybe I used to think that before all of my friends got killed in New Orleans.
Maybe.
What about you? Are you still looking out for number one? Still keeping in touch with my dear, dear friend?
Haven't heard from Gap in a minute. I might have to reach out to her. Last time we gave her information about there being a cure and Iblis hiding it from everyone.
A what? And like he stops in the middle of this hallway.
Yes. The Elpomene. Turns out the reason they disappeared is because they were trying to get out of the crater because of what they discovered. On the Elpomene, there are records that showed that, well, Iblis and Corsan showed up. Discovered that, yes, the ship did in fact carry the secrets of the method by which this group determined that there was a way to completely get rid of Xenorite, at least in the body. Well, at least keep it from growing. And so, yeah, they took the data, destroyed the copies, bound and determined to keep it for themselves. So I passed that information along to Gap, with the understanding that when the time comes, well, she knows who to side with. She knows who has their best interest in mind.
Zminiar is very visibly upset and not saying anything. They are trembling. They are squeezing onto their canes so tightly that all of their knuckles are white.
Doesn't it feel good knowing that the people that in this world, all of them can't be trusted? None of them, not a single one of them. Because that's how I feel.
He's just trying to calm himself with deep breaths and is like, I want to see it.
The cure?
Whatever you
We
have,
don't.
I want to see it.
We don't have much. A single vial in the research lab.
Take me to the research lab.
Are you sure about this?
I'm
Take
sorry,
me
you don't have
to
that
the research
clearance.
lab.
I'll take you to the research lab. Bruce will be happy to meet you.
Well, clearance levels. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Combat
my combat team clearance levels, bitch.
Oh, by the badge.
Worst comes to worst, I ask Nicholas really nicely.
By the badge that Zminiar is wearing, they are technically not combat team.
Sure, not yet.
But they are breach staff.
Bridge staff has access to research.
Oh, easily. Bridge staff are probably some of the more trusted people on the ship, considering they're the ones that keep the ship going.
Yep. So yeah, I show Zeminiar the way. I'm assuming he's walking a little more quickly now.
Though it visibly pains him.
Mm-hmm. Walking. Hey, Bruce, how's it going?
We'll cut away from there for now.
Yeah, it's fine.
But so it's just you two down there with Vozigo. Are you still discussing magic? Or what's Sin's take on all this? What's Sin doing?
I think he probably he was like, magic's cool and all, but then he was just like, now I could make a leg. How would I include a butt warmer onto that? I shouldn't have said that. So he's like scribbling on a piece of paper.
And as you
Like,
say, I shouldn't
right
have
there.
said that. As you say that, I shouldn't have said that, looks back at you from beneath curly black hair and just shakes his head no again. As in, no, you shouldn't have said that.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to try. Butt warmer, prosthetic leg.
Something you would find interesting about their gear, though, Sin being all technical, is not only do they have a very, very customized EBR, enhanced battle rifle, they also have, it looks like a ghillie suit in the sense of it has like a webbing over it, but a poncho almost with a hood. And you recognize that is seems to have some sort of light bending technology to it. You assume if Vosgo stands perfectly still and turns it on, a mix of light bending as well as pigment cells would make him disappear.
Well, that's dangerous to tell me. More research! One more thing. We must do additional research.
And what are you talking about with Vosgo, Howler?
The speed of burn decks versus the power to stop spells of blue-black, and how they balance each other out when it comes to going head-to-head. Yeah, we're talking magic because...
And you're getting very short, clipped responses, mostly because Vosgo knows you can't understand sign language.
Yeah, but we've got
But Nicholas is giving you the translations, and what you could gather is, yeah, they play it, but they don't exactly know a lot about it. You can guess that they basically were just playing casual pickup games with people at the Red Room.
Ah.
But everything they
I'm
say,
sorry. I didn't know you were just an idiot. You're not a Magic player. Kicks and runs.
Sin tries to run, get sniped.
No, I was saying, Peter King does that.
Oh,
You pleb.
I'm not.
But you could.
How much time we got left before launch?
by now the ship has probably finished preparations and is beginning to launch.
But we
So
won't
there's
be
a bit of a
launching in the
lurch.
cannonball until later.
No. That won't be for a while. You got a few days before that. You have enough time that there will be a downtime action.
Ah, nice.
Sneezing is a downtime action.
Sneezing is a free action. So yeah, does anyone have anything else before we move on to downtimes?
I don't think so. I think I talked to everybody I wanted to talk to.
I has nothing.
All right. Let's start with Howler. What are you going to do for your downtime action?
Going to get focused because I need to learn sign language. That works out
Nice.
perfectly.
What are you going to use that as for a trigger? Are you adding that to a trigger you already have? Are you making a new one?
I'm gonna make a new one. So +2. Once I figure out how to add a trigger.
I don't know how to do that on this.
I guess I'll have to do it in CompCon later.
Skill triggers. Sorry, I was looking at. I use Frank's whenever I'm looking at how to do stuff. And
Yep.
just like a world's greatest dad's description is do dad stuff.
Do test.
You could click on. Oh, but that just edits that one
I think
specific
it's
one.
when you're learning a skill, you just roll, don't you?
Yeah, but we're how to add it to the character sheet.
So you can add relevant skills to your role.
No, they're okay. They're looking at how to add it to their character sheet. Are you using CompCon or are you in the game itself? Or
Over
are you
the
in
game
Trying
itself.
to figure it out.
I mean, I can do it in CompCon. It's just want to see if there was a way of doing it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking about triggers. My bad.
Trigger. Yeah, what is the name of the skill you're adding?
That's just language lessons, colon, ASL, just like my Spanish is language lessons, colon, Spanish.
Nice.
I just gotta go in CompCon and change it.
Oh, you can just drag a skill from the skill compendium over
Oh,
and then edit it and just change the name.
compendiums.
And then you can edit and it lets you change the name and the description and the details.
And how are you going about this? Are you seeking out, for example, private lessons with Nicholas over it?
Yes. Private lessons with Nicholas. The screen to show me the hand movements, and him to tell me over and over again what the hell it means.
And it is in the library. Where did I? Yeah, Dewey would welcome you into the library and be like, yes, Agent Howler. Nicholas is waiting for you in the learning annex. He has also suggested that I check these out under your name. Please bring them back by the noted date on the inside of the cover. We have a due-by sheet with the current checkout date and expected check-in date. There's these mechanical hands pull out a series of books, about 4 on American Sign Language.
Okay, nice.
And both are checked out for 2 weeks. And you are probably the first person to check these books out in a long time.
I'm sure I'm not going to be the last now.
Ah, you are referring to our newest member of the combat team. Yes, I and the other machines aboard this vessel have been informed of their differently abled status. Is there anything I can help you with before you meet Nicholas in the learning annex?
No, I've got the books, I've got the drive, and I've got
Got
to
the
be able to
power.
communicate with my teammates. So I'm all set.
Might I also suggest a military hand gestures book? It may be useful in the field.
Sure, I'll bone up on that too.
I will
I'm
have
sure
it
he knows
ready.
some. I'm sure he knows some of that because he's got assault.
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, also the fact that you're like a super soldier, you probably know quite a bit.
Yeah.
Especially one that was being trained as a leader.
Yep.
I shall have it ready for you when you are finished with your lessons.
Thank you.
And remember, never stop reading. Never stop learning. As it starts going back to all this other stuff, and as you walk by, you hear, "Ah, yes, Veronica, you are 2 weeks late on the due date for this novel. I have already placed a marker to remove the late fee from your pay."
So don't be late.
Oh god, is there like a debtor's prison on this ship?
Yeah,
No,
you work under Mandy.
so far the only debtors thing you've seen was Granite Crown was a debtors colony.
If you can't pay your debts, you have to work under Mandy.
What?
If you can't pay off your debts, we put you on combat team. Zeminior and Vazago.
Oh,
That could be something for a future Lancer game. If you don't pay off your bets, you become a mech pilot in a war zone.
God.
Interest presents. Yeah, you do find the learning annex. It's in the back of the library. There are about 4 rooms with glass walls, but inside they are perfectly soundproofed from the rest of the library. And you can
Nice.
see that on one of them there is a large display that has Nicholas's avatar on it.
Easily marked too.
He's like, Howler, you are here perfectly on schedule. Your punctuality is appreciated.
Well, I don't want to waste your time or mine.
I am able to multitask in a way that you would not completely understand.
Be surprised. Kong teaches you things.
True. Then you are aware of how easy it is for AI to partition parts of their mind in order to perform multiple tasks at the same time.
Yeah, but how many have you got going at once right now? A lot.
873.
It's a lot less than I thought you did.
We are currently underway, which, at current pace, most of my processes are maintaining current course as well as maintaining current systems. However, we are not here to discuss this.
Nope. I need to learn to be able to communicate with my team a little bit more effectively, especially a new member that. Well, you know what we're here for.
What are your feelings on having a former Kairos agent? No, correction, former Kairos leader and their bodyguard on the ship?
I can't say I like it, but I don't have the decision-making ability to veto that, so I just keep my eyes on them. And
I will also
knowing
inform
what
you if
one's
there's...
and knowing what one's saying to the other when he talks in sign language won't hurt either.
I will inform you if there is anything that comes up from my own observations of them. You can
Thank
trust
you.
that I am always watching them.
Creepy.
Thank
But
you very much.
sad.
You can trust. And there is a pause as the screen kind of gets a little closer to emphasize the creepy as he goes, I am always watching all of you.
So.
That was a joke.
You're getting there.
You're getting the hang of it, big guy. Ha 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 ha. Runs away.
What's that line from Mass Effect where it's like, oh, when the robot uprising begins, we will make your death swift and painless. That was a joke.
That was a joke.
Wait, which
Yeah,
part?
that was a joke.
Ah!
Yeah, he goes slow for you. You can tell that, although not designed to be any sort of teaching AI, Nicholas is able to predict enough about people's behavior that he's actually pretty good at figuring out what your preferred teaching and learning style is, and adapts to it rather quickly. And after you guys have had about an hour and a half of working, Nicholas says, I am impressed by your ability to learn so quickly, Howler. I will assign you these pages within the books that I have had Dewey check out for you.
Thank you. Got them all. I've had the pile of books.
We will continue this next week, assuming that you have returned from your mission by then. If not, I will allow you 24 hours after you return to decompress before we continue our lessons.
Assuming you have survived.
All right.
It does not say that, though. There is the slightest implication. Enjoy
Thanks,
the rest
Nicholas.
of your Enjoy the rest of your day, Howler. And remember, I am always watching.
watching.
That is a joke.
I'm starting to
For
get your humor now.
For the most part. He says as the, like, after you leave and the door really quickly shuts behind you. Just for the most part. Let's move on to Indiana. What are you going to do for your downtime?
We're going to get connected. And by that, I mean we're going to talk to Gop.
All right. Now,
So,
it's get connected one of the ones with a roll.
yes, you try and make connections, call upon favors, ask for help. Basically, I'm like, okay, what information do you have about Duga?
Right.
Because we heard some crazy shit going on in Duga. What the fuck are we wandering into?
Get connected.
So, yeah, it just says roll a d20 and add any relevant skill trigger bonuses, mods, or accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ow. Ugh. eyelash in my eye.
Word
That
on the
hurt.
street? Get
Mm,
gossip, news, or hearsay from the streets or from a particular social scene? I don't know.
I'll allow it.
All right, so that's
I'm a beneficent god.
roll.
Dang,
shit.
did you even need it? So, on a
23, your connection will
plus.
help you out, no strings attached. Treat this result as a 10 to 19 if you make it again with the same organization. And I'm going to say we've made one already with her.
Yeah, I would say that she. In
She's
fact, I will
gonna
apply
want-
this to Kairos leadership in general.
Yeah, I will count this as a 19, which is your
Mm-hmm.
connection will help you, but you've got to do a favor or make good on a promise after they help you. If you don't, treat any result as a 9 or lower next time with the same organization.
All right, so basically, you are asking for quid pro quo, Yaksha.
Basically, yeah. She's just going to message she's just going to send a quick message to the captain first. Contacting GOP, don't freak out. I'm trying to see if I can get us any intel on Duga.
Mm-hmm. And you just get a ... Don't make me regret this.
Everybody panic.
Captain, you should already be full of regret. You haven't killed me yet.
I am, and she sends you a gif of someone being like real tired and you know. In fact, no, I
Illegal.
know which one she sends. It's the tired cat that's like that.
I'll make you proud, Captain.
We'll see. Thumbs up emoji.
Huh. And then we're gonna contact GOP.
As usual, she doesn't pick up right away. She always
How
picks
do you
up
spell
after
GOP's
this.
name again?
GAAP.
Gotcha. There you go. All right, thank you. She picks
It's
up on the
always
second ring, huh?
after the second ring. Like
Mm.
a half second before it would ring again, she picks up and is like, I didn't expect to hear from you so soon.
Why? Did you miss me already?
I'm always miss having more sources of information to draw from.
I'll just say you like my eyes.
I've only seen them once, and it was a very dark tunnel.
Mm. Well, then at least compliment my voice or something.
I don't give out compliments unearned.
Oh, busted.
Oh. So what do I have to do to earn the compliments from GOP?
Quid pro quo, Yaksha.
I need some information on the Duga array.
The Duga array, the Duga array.
Doo-doo array.
I know some things, but you will have to be more specific. I'm not about to give all of my trade secrets.
Well, for one, if you're there, you better leave because we're coming.
I'm
We're
coming.
arriving.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be using the music from when you talk with God.
And hell's coming with me.
Ooh, what's the talk with GOP music?
So what do you want to know specifically?
Well, we're going there. We're going there because people have gone missing there. It sounded bloody. What are we in for?
The Duga array, well, the Duga array is under Amimon's purview. And I'll say this. Amimon hasn't always exclusively used NHPs.
That kind of clicks some things. Wait a minute. Amemon in HP. Back up for 2 seconds. Do they like to call her queen?
How should I know? I don't exactly go to their little get-togethers. And besides, you asked me about the Duca, right? Not Amemon.
Fine. So, Amemon sent things other than her NHPs to the Duga array.
The Duca array is very important, or at least was in the early stages of Iblis's plan in order to disseminate messages across the globe.
Yes, yes.
It needed protection. And Amemon believed that it was also a very good dumping ground for unwanted
what?
things.
For what?
Amemon doesn't like people. She needed to
Why?
offload.
Isn't she a person too?
That's an abstract question, isn't it? Very loaded, some might say. If you're asking if she's human, well, you asked about Duga, not Amemon.
That
You could just hear the fucking shit-eating smile.
somehow I can read between those lines. But continue. A dumping ground for what? Not more NHPs that she decided were rejects?
The only thing she rejected was the people that worked with her.
So she killed them and dumped their bodies? That doesn't make any sense.
No, not killed them. I'm sure that you heard what became of them. Tell me, have you
That
ever seen
sound?
someone who has been infected for a very long time?
Yes, Corson.
Corson, well, there was very little of Corson left that was still organic. Have you ever seen someone with no cybernetics who'd been infected for a very long time with no attempt to remove the xenorite from their bodies?
Can't say I have, no. They usually die before they get that far.
Most do. Amimon believed that they were useful, though.
What happens to someone after that long?
Usually, if they don't die, they're driven mad by the pain. It's excruciating. Imagine your entire back being covered in foot-long extrusions of xenorite. The very slightest shift of your body makes them crack.
I see.
People who are that infected tend to become very photosensitive, very audio sensitive. And all they want to do is lay down and let the pain go away. And if something interrupts them,
How long can someone stay like that?
it varies based on the person, just like the rest of the infection.
So she dumped her people at Duga to protect it.
And to get rid of things she no longer had any interest in. She's never been very nice with her toys.
She sounds like a cruel woman.
I've always been concerned about the people that Iblis liked to grab. But for different reasons. Corson was a madman with delusions of grandeur. Amimon's the only one that ever frightened me.
Why? I didn't think any human could frighten you.
You're right.
Except for maybe Iblis.
I don't even know if I would say Iblis is human anymore.
That's a fair assessment. How
But
is
we're not here to debate philosophy.
No. How is that information treating you?
I'm keeping it in my back pocket until it suits me best, like I do with everything.
I expect nothing less. So, what have you heard about Duga before I tip my hand?
Duga was constructed by the European Union and the former Soviet republics. It was a way for them to have early warning against nuclear attacks, as well as interrupt spy signals being sent into Europe while still sending theirs out into the New World. It's been abandoned for decades.
Have you heard of anything happening there recently?
There was a brief commotion about a couple months ago. It was like a small team of do-gooders tried to infiltrate the area and found out some things don't like the noise.
Good to know. All right, I know how this goes. You've given me information, and instead of hanging up on you and ruining this rapport we've built, how can I make Gop happy today?
I'll be sending you something. I know you've had contact with one of the doctors of Happia, one that you don't exactly get along with. One that happens to have a lot of information on Happia's comings and goings of their agents. If this little bug could find its way into his system, I'd be grateful.
Uh, you make it very hard to keep the information coming your way.
I expect only the best out of you. There, you got your compliment. And in fact, I'll let you in on a little secret.
Hmm.
When something goes bump tonight, don't be surprised.
Goes bump where? You don't know where I am right now.
I know what you're on. Perhaps you should be
How long do I
speaking
have?
with... Perhaps you should be speaking with Sin and Howler about that. Oh, how long do you have? Local time, nightfall is 3 hours.
All right, for that one I owe you dinner. And she
You owe me
hangs
a
up.
lot more. Yeah, you owe me more than that. You both hang up at the same time. Go, damn it! I wanted to be the one that hung up, and it was cool.
Who's mine?
I appreciate that Gop is like that. Is this flirting? What is this?
You never know with Gop, and that's exactly how she likes it. She doesn't want people to know.
It's rival spies on opposite ends of the war.
Mm-hmm.
So the first person I'm actually going to contact is Dr. Foster.
Call up and it's, Indiana, I hadn't expected you to come in contact with me so soon. Is everything all right?
Well, you never did get your information about the phone call, yes?
No.
It's probably because there never was a phone call.
I didn't believe there was.
And why is that, Doctor?
Does Indiana have a tell when she's lying?
I think she tries very hard to not
Her-
let it show.
Her mouth is open.
Her mouth is open. What? She's okay. Maybe yeah. She smiles with teeth when she's lying.
When you're trying
Or
really hard.
nervous.
When you're trying really
Yeah, go ahead.
hard to let people know that you're not lying, you smile a little too wide, show a bit too much gum.
That's hurtful. I try not to have gum showing in my smile.
Oh, I'm not saying this as a criticism of you, only that everyone has a tell when they're lying.
I apologize. I was actually talking to someone else recently. Different conversation, different social cues. Anyways, yes, I was down in that section because I knew Dr. Anders' office was there.
I assumed as much.
I'm not disclosing who, but I was told that Anders had information on the whistleblowers. And that if I were looking for information on them, that was the place to get it.
Whoever it was had good information.
Or maybe they just knew who was in control of the comings and goings. But
Why are you telling
suffice
me
to
this
say,
now?
huh?
Why are you
Oh.
telling me this now?
Because you asked if I had. You said if we had any information, it could come to you. Inside Dr. Ender's room was one of your. What are they called? I'm sorry.
Subalterns?
Yes. One of those subalterns. It was waiting. If I wasn't concealed from it, it would have turned on the moment the door opened and attacked. As it was, well, it got lucky.
Interesting. I'll have
That
to think about
subaltern
that.
was waiting for the first person to go through. It's not like Dr. Anders programmed it to defend the place.
No, Dr. Anders isn't. Dr. Anders' doctorate
Idiot.
is not in robotics.
No. What were you going to say?
Dr. Anders is an idiot. Or not Anders. Yeah, no, Anders. He's the asshole.
Dr.
Yeah.
Anders is an idiot.
Doctor is an idiot.
Dr. Anders' doctorate is in sociology and logistics, not in robotics.
Correct. Which is why I think someone may attempt on his life again. Furthermore, I think you and I can both agree that your subaltern issue is the product of Ameman. Yes?
That's been my working hypothesis, yes. Amemon is the only one with access to this kind of technology.
What do we know about Ameman?
Amemon works almost exclusively with robotics, NHPs, AI, programming, things of that nature. They've been operating as the logistical head of Kairos ever since the four were brought together.
Tell me, Doctor, what do you think Ameman is?
Amemon's ability to coordinate things on a global scale like this. If Amemon is a singular entity and not a group, my only assumption is that she's some form of AI.
There's there's just this kind of sharp exhale from Indiana, and that was my concern.
You believe that Amemon might be this queen that the AI keep talking about from this logic virus?
If she's an AI, it would be easy, with reason and logic, at least the kind that computers understand, to convince an entire group of NHPs that she's a queen. They are queen. They're God.
Especially with the ability of AI can communicate on a time scale that we don't understand. In the time that we've been speaking right now, they could have had millions of years worth of dialogue.
All of them reinforcing her dominance over them.
Or at least, perhaps they don't see her as a dominant. Perhaps they see her as
Sub.
a savior.
Oh.
A Joan of Arc, huh?
Their fervent loyalty would imply that they believe that she is worth fighting and dying for. And it seems to be out of love, not fear.
It's a difficult... Well, it's difficult. I would continue to keep an eye on Anders. Just because I was interrupted doesn't mean I wasn't successful.
I'll do everything that I can. We've already shut down every subaltern and drone within the base until further notice. We're trying to scrub them as cleanly as we can, but until we know that there's either a way to cure this logic virus or a way to deactivate it, we can't risk it.
I know that that is one of the many projects that Sin is working on right now.
Sin is a
What's that?
strange but
What's that, Sin?
intelligent man.
Acknowledgement.
Yes, he's a strange but intelligent man. Yes, I have never met anyone that has quite the grasp on particle physics that he does while simultaneously believing in the Warren Commission.
There's a slight chuckle and says probably something to the effect of the weight of knowledge often brings madness.
Agreed. Agreed. One last thing. I don't think Anders is plotting anything specific. But the reason I am worried about what Hapia may become is because if there were an opportunity for him to step into your shoes, he'd take it in a heartbeat. And I don't think Hapia would be what you want it to be if that were the case. Yes?
In a lot of ways, I've already sacrificed a lot of what I wanted Hapia to be in order to make sure that it could stay alive.
I'm sure you did.
But I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate your concern. Dr. Anders and I have a long history. I'll keep my eye on him.
Is there anything else I don't know that I think could be useful for Foster? That I do know that could be useful? No.
I mean, that Gop wants you to put a virus in Anders' computer.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't burned my bridge with him yet, so I'm gonna burn that and then I'll just rebuild it later.
All right, woman in black.
I'm doing the best I can here because the last thing that's gonna happen, the last thing Foster will do is, no, you can't do that. I kind of have to. No, you don't. Yeah, I kind of do. Otherwise, this
Otherwise, I lose my information dump. I can't get
Right.
exposition. Bro, I need to have Gop around. She's my spark notes.
How else am I going to flirt with this girl? Huh? I need to have some reason to call her. I can't just go, "Hey girl."
You have to let me. It's for love. Really weird, fucked up love.
No, I just like messing with her and going, "Hey,
Hey, bitch.
hey, bitch, what you doing?"
Foster.
No.
Is
she's
anything
gonna
else
go.
you need to tell me?
Need to? Yes. Wants to? No.
Based.
What's
I
that?
understand.
Based.
Let me just put it this way. The information that I have about Duga comes at a price. A price for us both. Do you want to know what that price is?
It's a lot easier to play a game of cards when I know what cards I'm holding.
I'm supposed to put a bug on Ender's computer.
Under whose authority?
Who's in control? Gap.
There's a deep breath.
That's how you know my information is good. That's how I know my information is good.
I'd be trading having one head of Kairos in my base for having another.
This one is aware of what Iblis has done and is biding her time for the right moment to strike.
I don't exactly like getting into water with sharks.
Put
Neither
another
do
shark
I.
in there.
But that being said, maybe we can work to mitigate this. If we know that's what they're looking for, are you sure there isn't any information that would be useful to a turncoat inside of Kairos?
My
If I put
assumption is that she is wanting access to all of Anders' assignment information for our agents in the field.
Great. Then set something up that you don't feel bad me putting a bug on. Whatever information you don't, whatever information you can't reveal, don't put it on there. Put it in Anders' office. It's not the first time I've been duped.
I'll see what I can do. I appreciate you giving me this heads up.
It
Just
gives
use-
you a chance to play the game of cat and mouse. At least this time you know you have an
ChatGTP.
option. What's that?
Just use the chat GTP to post fake journal updates or something. You know?
Use ChatGPT to create a legal defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and that's where it's just like, hey, what this means is if you want them to know what they know about Kairos, great, put that on there. And then just hide it. And then she's going to go, Indiana, what the fuck? This is not the right computer. And it was the one in his
Whoa.
office. It was the one in his fucking office. I don't know what you expect from me. I expect you to do better. All right, I'll look for the right computer this time. It's gonna take a minute because if they hid it from me, I mean, I don't have clearance everywhere. I may not be able to.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
I think that's a good spot to end it for now. We're going to go to Sin. What are you doing for your downtime action?
I was only half joking about the prosthetic. He's gonna build a prosthetic leg.
Go for it. He's
Whether
not
he
going to
uses
take
it or
it.
not, he might. You know, it'll get him walking. You never know. Maybe he will.
I am my scars.
So useless. Got it. Inventor create. Let's just roll that. Gap. 17. What
It's
is
pretty
that?
good.
What's the roll on that?
And that would be.
They changed how my fucking opera layout is, and it's annoying as hell.
Sorry, I'm looking for what would be a good thing for that.
I'll
Also,
send
it's
a PDF.
interesting. The Lich is in the core rulebook PDF before it was even made. That's interesting. The Lich broke through time.
Let's see, downtime is page 14.
So there's
Doesn't
power to
seem right.
cost, buy some time, gather information, get a damn drink, get creative. Okay, so you got a 17. You make progress on your project, but don't quite finish it. You can finish it during your next downtime without rolling, but choose the 2 things you're going to need. Quality materials, specific knowledge or techniques, specialized tools, or a good workspace.
I mean, I would need probably the specialized tools and workspace because I already have the knowledge and techniques. So it'd just be like I'd have to spend more time in the fabrication bay and the research lab probably. I
Right.
can't just do it all in one go. It's going to take time.
In
I have to get
fact,
it all fabricated, and I have to work.
I know how to wrap this in to what's going on. Does Sin burn the midnight oil often?
Yeah, sleeping is for losers.
So, Sin, you're in the fabrication bay late at night. It's just you and maybe Greasy. And Greasy's finishing up all the stuff he needs to do for the day. And the lights go out. Everything powers down. The ship lurches as it no longer has anything propelling it forward, and it's just going on momentum. And for all of you, the power goes out. The ship shuts down.
Oh, I didn't have a chance to warn anybody. Fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was told 3 hours.
Yes. How would you have warned people? I'm sorry. Got a lot going on.
It's fine. Probably would have just put in the group chat, hey, shit's going down in like 3 hours. Don't ask me how I know.
What shit? Question mark.
I don't know. I just know shit's about to hit the fan in 3 hours.
There's like 5 minutes of the little dot 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 of Sin typing and just stopping and then typing and stopping, and it's just okay.
I mean, fair enough.
And for all
He's like, I don't know what to say.
It is 3 hours on the dot. The whole thing shuts down. And Indiana, where would you have been maybe talking with like the captain or near the bridge, maybe to ask if they'd seen anything or heard anything?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So yeah, the captain is there, even though it is pretty late. It's around midnight that this happens. The ship lurches and she manages to catch herself. As you see her reach out to catch herself, where if she had her hand on, miss with the stump, catch herself with the other.
Oh, shit.
Just
yeah.
looks back at everyone's like, report, what just happened? And someone at the bridge taps some things. Some emergency power kicks on the bridge and taps some things. Both engine cores just spun to 0. We're drifting.
Oh, great. I'm glad to know that she was on time with her predictions, too.
Yeah. Dot 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 dot. Oh,
Nicholas,
this is what you
get your
meant.
drones out. Go searching for more spiders.
I am already on it. Shit. Sam, you're down near the engines. Can you try to get anything back online from your end?
Already on it. Just hear ting 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 as he's running down the hall. Maybe it's fucking print on that goddamn leg, and now I'm gonna have to print it all over. Goddamn fucking shit. Can't just shut off a 3D printer halfway through a print.
Whatever just happened. This is more of an inconvenience than anything else. They do know we can just turn the engines back on, right?
Unless that's exactly what they want us to do.
All right. So do we have emergency lights?
Yes,
Emergency
lights
power?
came on pretty quickly.
Shut
Okay.
my door.
Why don't we ping burn radar for a sec, see what the fuck's out there?
Bing, 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 bing. Beep, beep, beep.
Incoming
Oh.
missile.
Missile.
Missile. And
Missile.
that does pop up as missile, missile, missile,
God fucking damn
missile.
it. Captain, anti-air defense?
Nicholas, divert all non-critical power to the close-in weapons now. And outside of the bridge, let's actually get to the bridge. You do see these ports open up on the ship as these big rotary turrets come out.
Is this a underwater or above ground or above it? In
Above
the
ground.
air.
If it was a ground, it'd be a torpedo.
Nicholas could be dumb. I don't know. Okay. Is it a smart missile?
You don't know. It's definitely long range. And there's multiple.
Well, if we're having missile
Great.
problems, might I recommend we counter missiles with missiles? Captain, your mech is ready to deploy.
I got one better. Combat team, get ready to catapult.
What?
Oh,
Nicholas,
shit.
trace down where these missiles are coming from.
Ooh.
Running for
How'd you-
gong.
How would you guys like to drop in on our new friends?
I don't have a suit ready. I'm gonna have to get one emergency printed and join you after.
Oh, there ain't no joining after the catapult a one-time launch. You could say you have one. Maybe Mur has one ready, or your Mur size. So
I'm
you can
not
slip into
gonna be
Mur's.
here next
Not gonna be
week.
here.
Oh, right. Damn it.
Indiana, if you're not gonna be at full capacity, I got something for you. How'd you like to go skeet shooting?
There we go. You don't need the
Oh.
suit.
Pull.
Are you
Stay
saying
on.
I get to handle the big... Are you saying I get to have a bigger dick than men this week?
Something like it.
Oh, she's going to be jealous. I love it.
Take over the fire
Let's do
control
it.
systems and see what you can do with our close-in weapons.
Consider it done, Captain.
I better have a ship to come back to.
Well, of course. I fucking live on it, don't I?
I don't know what's better incentive. That, or that I'm going to be pissed if you blow up.
Oh, you do care, Captain.
She's already just peeling out. You see her putting the hand on.
Yes.
Anyone who can respond, get to your mechs and get to the flight elevator. I think we're going to cut it there as we see these missiles streaking through the sky from miles away, still seeing the trails connecting back down to the Earth's horizon as they start getting closer and closer. And everyone
Oh,
running
boy.
their mechs.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
Who are you guys going to bring? Since Gunner's not going to be there, I'm not going to count the captain against you. So you can bring one more NPC.
Probably a frontliner.
You could bring
Gowan.
Isn't Gawain
you could bring Gawain, you could bring Mur, you could bring Sybil, or you could bring Vozigo.
I want to bring Vazago for the stealth, but we're going in hot and heavy. We're gonna probably want Gawain,
Yeah.
the Green Knight.
Big fat tank to help you.
With big fat shields.
You get a shield, and you get a shield, and you
And
get a
also,
shield.
I'm like, you get a shield, you get a shield, you get a shield. It's a great
All right.
partnership.
So Gawain will be suiting up with you and heading out. The rest of the mechs will stay back to help defend from missiles. So we're going to get out of here. This is a good place to stop. And we are going to start with Gunnar, who will not be here next week.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sarah Smith. Today you caught me playing Indiana for the last time for just a couple weeks. Just need to get caught up in life. Everybody knows how that goes. You can also catch me, well, not for the next couple of weeks. Over the Horizon is taking a short break while things get reset. But when that comes back, you can find me there. And depending on when it is, there might be a fun shot, SCP fun shot that I may have to jump in on because come on, who doesn't love SCP fun shots? And that's me.
All right. Swing it back around. Speaking of SCP one-shots, to Computer King.
I'm the Computer King, the supervillain of streaming, and yes, eventually I'll be running a SCP powered by Fate Fun Shot, and that's not a one-shot, folks. It's probably going to be several different things happening. It'll be fun. But don't look for that for at least a few weeks. I got to set things up, you know. Also on Saturdays, you can find me in Lands of Evoria, playing Douge, a great big orc who seems to enjoy cutting kobolds into bits. That's all I got. Back to you, GM.
Based. Let's move it on over to Daniel.
What up? It's your boy Sassy McNasty 699999. You caught me here playing Sin, the extremely smart person who believes in conspiracy theories because it's so fun. Or you can also catch me here tomorrow playing Duramagas, the Orc Witch Alchemist, as we go to face a dragon, and I have elemental ammunition for my lovely gunsmith people now, so you can shoot cold bullets, pew pew pew, cold arrows, choo, choo, choo.
Cold bullets.
Yeah.
I dip my gun in liquid nitrogen.
Exactly. And then you can catch me not next Wednesday, obviously, but when Wednesdays returns as Gideon Sunborn, the strength-based ranger with a heart of gold and a glaive that'll drink your blood, bleed. And that wraps back around to now, and that is everything I'm in.
All right, that leads it back to me. Hi, ho, Rendolas. My name is Ron, otherwise known as here. I'm coming here today running Yakshas, where shit's going down. Combat next week. It'll be a fun, short combat, though. Hopefully, people can be there for it.
Yes.
You can also catch me here on Saturdays, where I play Fro, the mostly soulless android gunslinger fighter who likes to schnoip people, because as long as there are two people left on this world, somebody is going to want somebody dead. And you can also find me here on Wednesdays, where I play Snell, the artificer who just really, really didn't want Flanagan to be a leader, and who is looking forward to when we can get out of this place so that we can stop dealing with
vampiric, parasitic garbage.
Because I hate Count Dracula's. And that's it for me here today. So let's get out of here on a goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Adieu. Auf Wiedersehen. Good night.